It's the year 2016, and the Nintendo Wii U is dead. Sure, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is still coming out in 2017, but other than that, the Wii U is a goner. But that's okay. The Nintendo Switch is just a few months away, and the Wii U has had a great life. Probably not a financially successful life, but there's been a great library built for it. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights of the Wii U's life, starting off in 2012. The Wii U launched in November 2012 at the price of $350 for the deluxe model, $300 for the regular model. The system launched with a pretty decent library of first-party games and a handful of ports from third parties. Nintendo launched New Super Mario Bros. U, combining the gameplay from previous New Super Mario Bros. Games with the HD graphics the Wii U had to offer. It also provided the Wii U with the Mario game right at launch. Nintendo Land was a minigame collection themed around the Nintendo theme park. More importantly, the collection of games helps showcase the capabilities of the Wii U gamepad with both single-player and multiplayer content. And although it was a ton of fun to play with friends, sadly the collection didn't capture the attention of gamers as much as Wii Sports originally did. ZombiU was created exclusively for the Wii U at the time by Ubisoft, giving a glimpse of the hope of what future third-party support from developers looked like. Although the campaign was lackluster, the multiplayer that had one person controlling zombies on the gamepad and the other using the Pro Controller in first-person mode was actually a ton of fun. Assassin's Creed 3 brought the Assassin's Creed series to a Nintendo home console for the very first time, adding on to the library of third-party support by Ubisoft at launch. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 showed off the great possibilities of off-TV playing with the Wii U gamepad. One player could play entirely on the gamepad while the second player used the TV screen, getting rid of the concept of split screen altogether. Other notable third-party games include Darksiders 2, Mass Effect 3, and Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Moving on to the year 2013, we had a handful of new first-party games with some more third-party ports of games, but no longer exclusive like we saw in ZombiU. Game & Wario was a collection of party games that played extremely well with the Wii U gamepad, once again showing off the possibilities of dual screen on a home console. Pikmin 3 completed the trilogy of Pikmin games that had you play as a trio of new characters, Alf, Brittany, and Charlie. It also added off-TV play to the series that allowed you to play the entire game on the gamepad alone, as well as a new multiplayer mode called Bingo Battle that was oddly addicting with many players. Pokemon Rumble U was an action RPG beat-em-up downloadable game that used NFC figures that would become the unofficial beta figures before amiibos would eventually come and take over the world. The Wonderful 101 was a collaboration between Platinum Games and Nintendo to create a brand new action IP that had you control a ton of heroes at once to save the world. Fans of Platinum's combo-heavy action games definitely had fun with this new title. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD recreated the amazing GameCube classic in marvelous HD with brand new additions to the gameplay to make it more adaptable to newcomers. Oh, yeah, and a selfie mode too. Sonic Lost World changed up the Sonic gameplay formula that many described as Mario Galaxy gameplay. This new Sonic game focused a lot more on platforming and multiple routes and stages rather than speeding through the levels as fast as you can. Super Mario 3D World brought the first and only 3D Mario game for the Wii U to the Wii U. It took inspiration from Super Mario Land in combination with the Wii U's HD graphics. It also was one of the only Mario games to properly handle multiplayer without it becoming a chaotic mess. NES Remix was a collection of fan-favorite NES games in the form of challenges. Fan reception was widely positive, with the game doing really well with both reviewers and consumers. We would go on to see a continuation of this series in the future, both on the Wii U and the 3DS. Wii Sports Club was an HD remaster of the original Wii Sports with some new features like online multiplayer and DLC passes. Also this year were a handful of third-party ports and even some exclusive ones too, but not as many as launch. In terms of ports, we got The Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Edition, The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, may I add one of the worst games I've ever reviewed on this channel, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate that also came to the 3DS but did incredibly well on the Wii U too. Other titles include Rayman Legends, a game that was supposed to be an exclusive but wasn't in the end, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and LEGO City Undercover, a fun open world exclusive for the Wii U that's actually being ported to other consoles starting next year. Now let's move on to 2014, where third-party support for the Wii U really took a major hit, and Nintendo would ultimately begin having to be the sole provider of new games along with collaborations with other companies and indie support. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was the last game developed by Retro Studios and the first time the Donkey Kong Country series was brought to life in HD. NES Remix 2 was a sequel to the original NES Remix that added in new games to play with new challenges for players to complete. Mario Kart 8 was probably one of the first major selling points for the Wii U, bringing one of Nintendo's most popular series to the Wii U. In addition to the gorgeous new visuals, Mario Kart 8 added in the new gravity mechanic that changed up the design of both new and retro tracks in Mario Kart 8. Hyrule Warriors was a collaboration between Nintendo and Koei Tecmo that added the universe and characters of the Legend of Zelda series and the gameplay of the Dynasty Warriors series. Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 was another collaboration between Platinum Games and Nintendo. In exchange for the publishing and funding, Platinum Games ported over Bayonetta 1 to the Wii U and created Bayonetta 2 exclusively for the Wii U with cool little Nintendo Easter eggs throughout the game as well. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U was another big incentive for gamers to pick up a Wii U this year for the first time. The long-awaited new entry in the series brought a lot of new things like HD graphics, an actual decent online mode, amiibos that unlocked extra features in the game, and of course brand new characters that no one would see coming. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker was a puzzle game that was a spin-off of the minigames found in Super Mario 3D World, featuring Captain Toad as the main character. Ultimately, it was a brand new charming puzzle game from Nintendo that proved to be one of the best games to come out that year. Shovel Knight was an indie game that launched on the Wii U in 2014 that was a retro-themed platformer that combined gameplay mechanics from many classic NES games like Zelda 2, DuckTales, and Castlevania 3. For third-party support and indie games, we got games such as The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Child of Light, Guacamelee, which is one of my personal favorite indie games, and Sonic Boom. So yeah. Well, that brings us to 2015. Damn, those first 3 years went by pretty quickly. Hopefully 2015 is better? Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was released in North America for both the Wii U and the 3DS, and this is an enhanced version of Monster Hunter 4 and the second Monster Hunter release on Nintendo platforms. Kirby and the Rainbow Course was a spiritual successor to Kirby's Canvas Curse on the Nintendo DS. Players took control of a clay-modeled Kirby in a clay-modeled Dreamland with the touch of the stylus. Mario Party 10 was, it had a car, it wasn't really Mario Party. Super Mario Maker was a really big hit with the community. Average gamers can now create their own Super Mario levels in the theme of Super Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and even New Super Mario Bros. U. After creating a level, you could share it online with friends all around the world or even strangers too, using unique generated codes, forever embodying the torture of Rubber Wass's levels. Splatoon showed off that Nintendo still has the ability to create brand new IPs that are just as remarkable as the classic ones such as Zelda and Mario. To this day, the Splatoon community continues to be one of the most active communities within Nintendo. Yoshi's Woolly World brought together the gameplay of Yoshi's Island with the cute adorable setting of something similar to Kirby's Epic Yarn. Aside from being one of the cutest games ever made, the platforming gameplay was pretty enjoyable, and the ability to use Amiibo to unlock new costumes themed around other Nintendo characters was a pretty nifty feature too. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash was a pretty basic Mario Tennis game, with the only major new feature among previous Mario Tennis games being that it's in HD. Xenoblade Chronicles X is honestly one of the best games to come out on the Wii U, and one of the best RPGs in recent years. Being a spiritual successor to Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles X takes place in the year 2054, where humans have evacuated Earth because of an ongoing war between two alien races. Devil's Third was an action-adventure collab between Nintendo and Valhalla Game Studios that had a pretty cool multiplayer mode but suffered from technical issues and really poor presentation in the visuals. 2015 wasn't the best year for the Wii U. It really did drop a lot of the third-party support the Wii U still had left, and having Nintendo as its main source of games, it really seems that Nintendo was spreading themselves thin this year, with half of their releases this year being mediocre or even worse. And finally, we arrive at this year, 2016. Minecraft finally came to the Wii U with its own set of special skins related to classic Nintendo characters and video game series. Being able to play the entire game on the gamepad was pretty nifty, but it's pretty sad to see the lack of touchscreen features, especially when managing your inventory. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD brought another HD Zelda remake to the Wii U. Twilight Princess looked better than ever on the Wii U and even added new content like a new dungeon for you to explore with challenges. You also got the addition of a new amiibo that would let users unlock extra content in the upcoming Breath of the Wild game. Pokken Tournament is a Tekken-like fighting game with Pokemon characters. Developed by the same team behind Tekken, Pokken Tournament gives you the role of a handful of well-known Pokemon that are entering a traditional fighting ring to brawl. Gameplay mechanics were fun yet simple, allowing a lot of newcomers to the fighting game genre to play this game. It even featured an online mode where you can battle with friends or strangers online. Star Fox Zero was the not-so-official remake or remaster of Star Fox 64. Although it wasn't officially a remake, many of the levels and routes throughout the game mirror some of the scenes straight out of Star Fox 64. Gameplay for the game was enjoyable, but was hindered at times by the controls that many found to be more annoying than innovative. Mighty No. 9 is a spiritual successor to Mega Man, but sadly fell short with fans when the game launched while riddled with technical issues and as memorable characters. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a collaboration between Atlus and Nintendo, bringing together the universe and characters of Fire Emblem with the gameplay of Atlus's SMT series that ultimately created something that felt more like a Persona game. Honestly, it's one of my favorite RPGs of all time and games in general this year. Paper Mario Color Splash is the latest entry in the Paper Mario series that once again tries to change up the gameplay from previous Paper Mario games released. When I reviewed the game, I described it as having slight changes from Paper Mario Sticker Star that help make the gameplay more bearable and logical, at least when talking about the mechanics of the battle system. Shantae the Half Genie Hero was released just a few days ago, and it's one of the most long-awaited titles from developer WayForward, who brought many of their other titles to the Wii U. Shantae is a fun platformer that revolves its level design around our hero's many power-ups throughout the game. The game is beautiful with its hand-drawn animations and its variety of upbeat yet chill music that makes it a joy to play. It's definitely a game I recommend you check out if you still have a Wii U or any of the supported platforms for this game. And that pretty much wraps it up for the life of the Wii U so far, at least for the most part. Next year we'll be getting games like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Bloodstained, but I think we can all agree that the Wii U is pretty much dead at this point, and although it's disheartening for some to hear that, at least we can look back at some of the great games the system had to offer. I actually asked you guys on Twitter and Facebook for your favorite and worst Wii U memories, and you should be seeing them on the screen right now, so thank you to everyone that helped submit one, really do appreciate it, and thanks for being part of the video. While you wait for my next video, you can check out some of the recent videos I did, like the Game of the Year for 2016 and some of the best games overall for 2016. I also did a little Q&A with you guys on Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat, so you guys might want to check that out and leave a question in the comments of that video to be answered in the next episode. Thank you all very much for watching, hope you guys have a great day and a great holiday, and I'll see you guys in the next one.